my channel. Welcome to 2018. This is my first video of 2018, so I'm really super excited. It feels so good to actually get in front of the camera again. I haven't done a full face of makeup. I haven't been in front of like the camera for probably a month now. Like I had a good bit of time off. It was a little bit of like an unannounced impromptu time off. I did plan on doing like other Christmas looks and things, but I just got a little swamped with work, and yeah, I don't know, I've been not battling with my head so good at the moment either. If you've been watching my videos for a while and you've been watching my vlogs and my chit chats, you'll know that sometimes I do battle a little bit inside my head, just in the way of, I guess, exhaustion. I feel exhausted quite easily, and I just feel unmotivated and like cloudy, like foggy, cloudy, like if that makes any sense. But I'm feeling really good now, and I've created this look using the Naughty Palette from the Kylie Jenner. This is the festive holiday range. I've had this since before Christmas and I've only just touched it today. So I've created this eye look, which I actually really love, but I'll let you know how I feel about the palette obviously at the end. My initial thoughts on this palette, like, I don't understand why y'all sold this palette out like before the Nice palette. I don't understand. When I saw this palette, I wouldn't have got this palette if it wasn't like a matching sort of set with the Nice palette. Like, if she didn't theme that so well, I wouldn't have even brought this. But she themed it really freaking well, and so I had to have it. And this sold out before the other one, which really surprised me, because I'm going to do a video on the other palette as well. But I feel the other palette, initially when you look at it, yes, it looks pretty much the same as every other damn palette that's been coming out, but it still looks like more workable, whereas this palette just, to me, that looks like a hot mess. Like, to me, that looks like a hot mess. You've got warm tones, you've got cool tones. It's just a hot mess to me. But, so I prefer palettes, and this might just be me, this is just my own opinion. I prefer palettes when they're like, you know, it's a whole warm palette, or it's a whole cool palette. Like, I prefer palettes when I pick it up and I know what I'm going to do. I don't prefer palettes when I pick it up and I have to sit there for half an hour looking at it going, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to do something cool? Am I going to do something warm? Patching it on my hands, trying to like put the colours together to make sure that they go alright. Like, I don't want to have to do that. I just want a palette where I can just pick it up and go. So I don't feel this is a pick up and go palette. I didn't initially think it was a pick up and go palette when I looked at it anyway. So if you want to see how I feel about this palette in the very end, right now, I'm going to tell you, my first initial thoughts on this palette weren't fantastic, and I wouldn't have purchased it had it not been a set. But if you want to see how I feel about it after I do this eye look, and you want to watch me do this eye look and do it with me, then just keep watching. Okay, so taking a look at this palette, I'm immediately drawn to like the red and orange tones. I know we're like over red and orange tones, but I just love them. And I mean, the cooler tones are nice, but this one here, the shade Tipsy, looks like it's a matte. It's not. It's actually got quite like a sort of a satiny sheen to it. There's some really cool greens and stuff in here, but you know what? I think I'm just going to go with safe. Let's just go with safe with this palette. First shade I'm going to take is, let's take the shade Saint Nick. This is quite a bright orange tone, I think. I feel like it's going to be a little bit different once it's sort of on the eye. It's a really odd shade, actually. It's like orange, but it's like pinky, but it's like coral. Like, it's a very strange, strange color, actually. It's a little bit red as well. It's much redder on the eye than what you would think looking at the pan. Looking at the pan, it's kind of orange. Now I'm just going to go in with the shade Christmas Kiss, and I'm just going to use this to help sort of transition that a bit better. And now taking the shade Unwrap Me, I'm just going to use this shade just in the outer V, just to darken it up a wee bit. So now going back in with that first brush, the Morphe M443, I'm just going to use this just to lightly blend out those edges. Okay, so let's start cutting. I'm now going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceal. I use this all the time, and I'm going to use this to cut out sort of just a half cut crease today. Okay, so while the concealer is still wet, I'm now going to take the shade Glazed, and I'm just going to pack this on with a flat brush. Which is the same brush that I actually used to cut it with. It's not a very pigmented shade, that one. Okay, that was a very disappointing dry shade. Maybe I should have used it a bit damper, but like my eyes were already quite wet with the concealer anyway, so that was not as pigmented as I would have liked it to have been. So now I'm going to take this same brush, just give it a wee bit of a wipe, and I'm going to take the shade Jingle. Now, on my fingers when I swatch this, this feels like very much of a, almost like a very sheer sort of glittery shade. So I'm going to wet it down with some setting spray and then place it on my eye just to see if I can get some more power out of it. That literally did nothing. Let's try and put a bit on with my finger. It's a little bit better with the finger, but I can't do this. My eyelids just look really dry and disgusting. Okay, so now I'm going to take that fluffy brush again and going in with the shade Unwrap Me. I'm just going to now blend that sort of the gold and this red together. And I'm just going to tap a wee bit of that shade Saint Nick on as well, just to try and sort of like maybe just graduate that blend a wee bit more. So now I'm going to take the shade Saint Nick one more time, and I've got the Morphe PK524, and I'm going to put this underneath my lower lash line. I want this a little bit blown out. Okay, and taking again my little Morphe M578, I'm now going to take the shade Hot Toddy. I can't get my tongue around my words today. And I'm just going to put this pretty close to my lower lash line. This does look like it has a silvery shimmer to it, but when I swatched it on my hand, actually those shimmers don't really exist, so. Okay, so now I'm just going to do my liner and lashes, and I will be back with my final verdict. Okay, so that's it, that's my face done. This is the final look, and I'm actually quite surprised. So I told you at the beginning of the video how I felt about this palette, what I initially thought about this palette. Now I'm going to tell you what I feel about the palette now that I've used it. So does it get the Candied Makeup stamp of approval? I want to say yes, but a part of me is like still not down with the colour scheme. Like a part of me still feels like the colour scheme's a little bit whack. But in saying that, I didn't think that I could create something this beautiful of an eye look from this palette. So maybe the palette is a little bit of, how do I want to say this? Like one of those ones where it's a little bit deceiving. It looks like it's probably going to be like not a very good colour scheme, but it is quite good. I mean, it does have a lot of cooler tones, it does have warmer tones, so you can mix it up and, you know, go cool or go warm. So it does have the versatility, which I really like in a palette, but it's not a complete palette. I don't, you know, it would be nice if there was a black shade. I just want a black shade in everything though, like. So I do like this palette. I still don't see why everybody, like, went crazy for this palette. I don't get it. I don't get it. But will I pick it up and use it again? Absolutely. Like, I'll definitely pick this palette up again. The shadows were really easy to blend. The shadows were pigmented. Glazed was a little bit of a I mean, it's pigmented. You can see it. But it was a little bit of a letdown. I feel like I'm kind of used to Juvia's Place eyeshadows, which are just like creamy and buttery, and they're awesome to do cut creases with because they're just so creamy. Whereas this was a little bit more powdery, but to be fair, my lids still look a little powdery, but not as powdery as they were when I first put them on. So I do like this palette, like would be the operative word. Like, I don't love this palette. I don't hate this palette. I don't dislike this palette. I like this palette. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I haven't done a full face in so long, like I said. I've been doing a lot of work though over on my Instagram account. Like, I've been doing at least 3 different eye looks a week, so that's probably how I've upped my game a wee bit in my eyeshadow department, because I've just been literally working on it like 5 days a week. So head over to my Instagram if you are not a follower over there already. It is at Candied Makeup. I'm at Candied Makeup everywhere, and please go and follow that as well. I'm pretty sure you guys will love the eye looks that I'm putting out. I'm really proud of them, and they're really creative, and they're really aesthetically pleasing. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this video helped you a little bit maybe in deciding whether that you are going to buy this palette. Maybe you were a little bit like me and you were like, what is everybody talking about? Maybe it just made you more confused. Hopefully not. But as always, you'll be seeing my face in the next one.